Hello and welcome to Afrl Season 3, Round 2 for the Austrian Grand Prix this time out. We'll just wait for the drivers to ready up and we'll get straight into qualifying. Sparks is here as well, our Round 1 race winner at Bahrain, as well as a comeback drive from Sonoda, Season 1 and 2 World Champion. Now in Mercedes, moving up the order in terms of cars, even though it's not equal performance. We've also got some new faces such as Flixie, who's made his AFRL debut in round 1 of Season 3 last week. And also Vavabat, who also made their AFRL debut in round 1, I believe. We'll just wait for the drivers to come out. It's a long wait for the drivers to come out this time because the tow is incredibly important around Austria on a minute and a couple seconds lap. But all the drivers just waiting for that first car to come out, then everyone else will react to that first driver and we'll get the qualifying session underway. Sounds like a car firing up. There is, it's a Ferrari. Number 74. Is that Vavabet or Akuzi? It is Vavabet. And here you see everyone coming out now. Aston Martin. Oh, Robert Nag, Alpine and a Red Bull as well coming out. Vavabet already going wide in turn 3. Let's get this track map up. There's an 82% chance for rain in the race, so I hope so as well. I hope it does rain, it'll be incredibly interesting. Let's get some lap data as well. Well, Vavabet will be the first driver to... No, he won't. He's crashed into the wall on the main straight after a big tangle on the exit of the final corner. And he's out of this race. There's yellow flags, of course. And that is his qualifying session over. He'll be starting from the back of the grid. Jamie Enright on their flying lap, it looks like. I'm not sure what's happened. He's on a 1 minute and 18-second lap, so he must have spun. Thanks for rain. Comeback drive, I guess. Yeah, you have to really. Red Bull. Coming into the pits. Well, it will be Robert Nag coming across the line first, setting the pace for the other drivers to catch up to. It's a 105.383. I'm sure some of these drivers will be easily beating that. An invalidated lap for Sparks. Akuzi now coming down through 9 and 10, invalidated on the mini straight between 9 and 10. Needs to go again. Flixie is out. No, he's still going. Massive broken wing, 105.258, Alexis Beast 456. And Flixie does get across the line. Jamie Enright, 104.296 in the Haas. There are only 4 drivers to make some lap times. Flixie is on the medium tyres, as well as Alexis Beast. We've got some more guys coming now. Animator into the pits. HyperX Renz, let's see what he can do when he crosses the line. May have been on an out lap maybe. Ferrari and Red Bull both into the pits. You can see on the mini map. The Haas of Jamie Enright trying to improve on his time. Can he do it? He does. It's a 103.931 for the Haas driver. 1.327 seconds faster than Alexis Beast, who is on the medium tyres. NSR Rogard only 3.5 tenths slower than Jamie Enright. So 104.3. 104.3, 104.2, something like that. Storm Kings 15 on a flying lap now. The Red Bull driver invalidates at turn 1 though. Track limits catching and put a lot of drivers out so far this qualifying session. HyperX Renz in the meantime does get up into 3rd place. Only 7.5 tenths slower than the leader right now. Invalidated lap for Alexis Beast coming into the pits now. Oh, that is Rogard spinning out of turn 6. And that will be his lap over. You're going to have to go back to the pits to get another set of tyres on. Jamie Enright also into the pits. Here we go with Storm Kings 15. Invalidated lap from turn 1, so he'll be trying to get a fast time again. If he can keep it clean through here, he can. He'll be going again. He did a 108.9 on his invalidated lap. We were looking to improve that very quickly. Everyone in pits or an out lap other than Storm Kings right now, so we'll keep on with him. Hang on a minute. Okay, that is just Duanimator letting NRX Sonoda by, and also Robert Nag by. Coming down into sector 3 almost. The double left-hander. Will he keep it clean through there? Yes, he will. He looks like he's left a lot of time on there though. Turn 7 now. No, turn 8. Coming into turn 9, down the hill. He can keep it clean through here and keep it within track limits. He'll be looking to get a good lap. Can he keep it clean? Yes, he can. What lap time does he set? Also, only a 106.811. It's only good enough for 6th right now. Alexis Beast out lap on the hard tyres. Not hard tyres, soft tyres I mean. Sparks now coming across the line. He goes quickest to 103.707. And he'll be closely followed by NRX Sonoda. No, he won't. He'll be followed by Duanimator. No, he won't. What is going on? Invalidated lap. That's why. Changes. Flixie. I can't think of what that time is right now. But he's 6.5 tenths slower than Sparks. That is the only change. That is Robert Nag spinning at turn 3. A good lap for Jamie Enright, although it's 2 minutes, he probably spun during the lap. No, he won't. It's 1:03.9. What is going on with these times? No, that is his fastest time. He did a 2-minute lap. Akuzi up into 4th now. Just under 6/10 slower. Curious to see Uzumaki 9th place as it stands. Alpine driver just coming across the line now. We'll get Joanimator coming across the line at 1:04.7. It's only good enough for 7th place. Yellow flags in sector 3 and 2. That is a Ferrari and an Alfa Romeo. And now Haas passing drivers by. Williams of Plixky into the pits. NRX Flying Croat kept it somehow in bounds. No, he didn't. 1:04.542, but it was invalidated. NRX Sonoda now, 44-second the split from sector 2, so 1:04.532. It's only good enough for 6th, and Joanimator is now in 8th after HyperX Renz improves on his lap. No, he doesn't. Curiosity Uzumaki improves on his lap. Both of them have improved on their laps. Joanimator down in 9th, Curiosity Uzumaki up into 4th. Validated lap for HyperX Renz. He'll go again. Alfa Romeo driver just behind him is Rogard. He's coming into the pits, as well as Joanimator, it looks like to be, yes, also coming into the pits. Just under 6 minutes left in the qualifying session then. Sparks leads the way, 1:03.707, followed by the house of Jamie Enright. NSR Rogard in 3rd. Curiosity Uzumaki in 4th. Can Jamie Enright get there? Yes, he can. 1:03.702, 4 thousandths faster than Sparks F1. Into the pits comes Curiosity Uzumaki. His teammate also coming into the pits, and everyone apart from Jamie Enright will be in the pits now, trying to get back out. As Red Bull is doing right now, Sparks is coming out trying to answer that fastest lap by Jamie Enright. And HyperX Renz getting another invalidated lap. Getting caught out by those track limits quite a lot in this qualifying session. As it stands then, Jamie Enright is provisional pole position. Sparks F1 in 2nd, only 4 thousandths slower than the Haas. NSR Rogard holding on to that P3 for now. Curiosity Uzumaki in 4th, Akuzi 5th, Plixky 6th. Sonoda and Joanimator, the 2 Mercedes drivers, presumably the fastest drivers on the grid this season, only 7th and 9th. HyperX Renz at 8th. Robert Nag in 10th, the Aston Martin driver. Alexis Beast 11th. Storm Kings 15 and 12th. Nathan Hotspur's Flying Croat and Frenzy still to make a lap time. And of course Vavabet crashing out in the first few minutes of the qualifying session after colliding with the wall on the outside of the pit straight. Sparks F1 1800 slower on the first sector. He'll have to find some way of getting there. No, he won't. He abandons his lap for some reason. maybe trying to get that toe from the Williams behind him, but the Williams is too clued on about what he's trying to do. Williams spins in the meantime. That's the Williams of Alexis Beast. The two Mercedes drivers hugging each other up right now. There you go. Trying to get the Tsunoda trying to get the toe off of Joanna Mater for this lap. Well, it'll be next lap now, 34 seconds. That's a bit better from Sparks, 73 hundredths faster now. Well, 73 thousandths, 7 hundredths. Going down into turn 5 then, or 4, 5, whatever you want to call it. This is probably 5 right now, keeping it clean. Jamie Enright retiring from the session. Out of turn 1, you can see on the mini-map, that is music to Sparks' ears, so he doesn't have any more competition, he just has to put in a good lap time. And no, he's invalidated! I'm not sure how much time is left, 1 minute and 45. Can he get into the pits and come back out before the time is up? Alexis Beast, 1.5 seconds slower than his fastest lap. HyperX in the meantime, 3rd fastest, pushing Rogard down to 4th. Which moves Joanamator, moves Tsunoda down into 8th. It looks like Sparks is not going to move from the garage. Unless there's a McLaren blocking him. So Sparks feels that he's relatively comfortable if he's not going to come back out. 48 seconds left of the qualifying session. Flixky on a flying lap, 35 seconds into it. Frenzy retiring from the session. Frenzy, the Alpha Tauri driver, not on track. So he'll be starting from last in the grid because he didn't even he didn't go out. Flixie somehow keeping those track limits. So 104.430, good enough for 7th, or did he not improve? Akuzi also on a flying lap, 0.022 of a second slower. And now 10 seconds past the checkered flag. Because of these F1 rules, to get another lap in, I'm going to assume, because the top 3 have gone for a lap. Yes, they can still go and get it. Curiosity Uzumaki retires from the race, retires from the session. Looks like in the pit lane. Joanamator retiring from the session. Sparks, HyperX, Flixky, Flying Croat, Robert Nag, Alexis Beast and Storm King all on a flying lap. Nathan Hotspur's still in the pits, so he'll start second last, so 15th. Faberbet will like to hear that. He'll be starting 14th. Enric Tsunoda will only start P9. Robert Nag will only start as high as P11 if Storm King can improve on his lap time. Alexis Beast as high as 12. Nathan Hotspurs will finish 14th but start 15th. And Sparks into the pits and hitting the pit wall. Looks like only now Rogard and Renz will challenge him to pole position. Can he keep it clean? No, he won't. He'll be gutted with that. 103.795. It wouldn't have been good enough to get second. Rogard not anywhere near either. But that is qualifying over. A good few minutes of action on the final laps around the track. But it is Jamie Enright who gets pole position, a 103.702, beating Sparks at F1 in the Red Bull by 5 thousandths of a second in second position. Going down the order is HyperX Renz in third, Rogard in fourth, Curiosity Uzumaki fifth, Akuzi sixth, Flixty seventh, Flying Croat in eighth, Sonoda and Joanamator, the two Mercedes drivers, Sonoda on the medium tyres though in 9th and 10th, Robert Nag in 11th, Alexis Beast in 12th, Storm King 13th, Nathan Hotspur's 14th, and then the two retirements of the one retirement and a no timer, Favabet and Frenzy rounding off the order. And it is raining for the race. I was running a wet setup because of the rain in the race. That's fair. I think a lot of drivers would have though as well if they thought about it. Waiting for the drivers to set their strategies and fuel loads. Not many differing strategies, as it is pouring down with rain. But it is 5 red lights, and we go green in Austria. Jamie Enright gets a good start, but Sparks gets an even better start, getting ahead of Jamie Enright into turn 1. There's a massive queue of cars trying to get down turn 1. Everyone goes off wide. There's an Alfa Romeo who collects the Ferrari and a, looks like Williams or Alpine, who spins off as well. It's a Williams of Alexis Beast, Brogard and Akuzi getting caught up in that. Oh, Alpine of Flixky? No, Alpine. Curiosity Uzumaki. No, well, with the front wing still. Bababet. Where's Bababet going? Oh, he's gone straight on! Oh, I didn't know ghosting was on. But he's just spinning around. Resetting to track. Jamie Enright in the meantime gets back past Sparks F1. And HyperX Renz up into third, Joanna up to fourth. As a result of all this chaos, Jamie Enright fastest up of the race, 117.876. Alexis Beast getting past Curiosity Uzumaki, who goes into the pits, as well as Akuzi to put on a new front wing, I'm assuming. Rogan gets past Akuzi as well. Sparks tries to get down the inside, looks down the outside. Jamie Enright defends well though, not letting Sparks pass at turn 3. Sonoda gets past Robert Nag in the meantime. Favabet gets past Curiosity Uzumaki in the pit lane. And it's still Jamie Enright, lap 2.5 of this Austrian Grand Prix. Is him and Sparks battling out for the lead right now. Robert Nag gets a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Jamie Enright gets a purple first sector, as he should. 5 tenths now, the gap getting a bit wider. Germanometer looking to make a move on HyperX Renz in the coming laps, only 4 tenths behind now. Jamie Enright, fastest lap of the race, 1:13.666. The Haas driver. And already you can see both Ferraris, Akuzi and Vavabet, really far back in the race. Sonoda into the pits. He's serving a time penalty, it looks like. Oh, that is Jamie Enright losing it out of turn 3, being hit into the barriers by his own mistake. And HyperX Renz, oh, that is a bit ambitious from Jamie Enright. He backs off. Fair play to him. But it's HyperX Renz and Germanometer up into P2 and 3 now. And Flying Croat and Flixky also looking to get past Jamie Enright. Flying Croat getting past him straight away. Flixky only 5 tenths away. Vavabet 3 second time penalty for exceeding track limits. And Curiosity Uzumaki in the pits once again. Sparks F1, 1:13.319. Jamie Enright into the pits. Flixky getting past Jamie Enright from the pits. Germanometer looking to get past HyperX Renz, was only 2 tenths behind him. He's now 1 tenth behind him. He's now less than a tenth. He's now equal, and he's passed. You're on the outside before turn 3. HyperX Renz gives up the position quite easily. Frenzy up into 9th from starting last. Vavabet with another 3 second time penalty for exceeding track limits. And it looks like Germanometer and Sparks now the protagonists in this race. Curiosity Uzumaki already being lapped by Sparks. Won't be long until Germanometer catches up. Germanometer getting that purple second sector. Vavabet with another 3 second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Curiosity Uzumaki also 3 second time penalty for exceeding track limits. So bottom 2 with track limit penalties so far. Now Sparks will get a 3 second time penalty for exceeding track limits. That's going to hinder him later in the race. Robert Nag, the closest driver to the one in front right now. Stay with him for a minute. He'll try and catch up to the Red Bull of Storm Kings 15 coming into turn 3. Ooh, bit late on the brakes, almost running into the back of him. There's a safety car. I'm not sure why there's a safety car. Oh, that would be the problem then. Vavabet losing his front wing and getting annoyed with it, retiring from the race. And we have our first retirement on lap 4 of 36 in the Austrian Grand Prix. Let's have a little recap of the first 5 laps then. Almost lap 6 now. Sparks F1 leads the way. Vavabet leaving the session. Germanometer second. HyperX Renz holding on to that 3rd position after getting a bit of battling from the first few laps. And NRX Flying Croat up into 4th place after starting lower down the order. Let's actually get these position changes. There we go. Germanometer up 8 positions. Flying Croat up 4 positions. So he started 8th. Flixky in 5th, up 2 positions. Storm King up 7 positions. In 6th, Robert Nag up 4 positions. Frenzy up 8 positions. Road Guard's probably the only one that hasn't crashed yet, other than being taken out, maybe, at turn 1 of lap 1. Losing 5 positions. Alexis Beast, ooh, putting on a show for the cameras. In 10th place, up 2 positions. Nathan Hotspur's in 11th, up 3 positions. Jamie Enright, who did get pole position, running in 1st and 2nd place until his wheel spin at turn 3 made him hit the wall, go into the pits. He's now in 12th place, losing 11 positions in the first 6 laps. NRX Sonoda also going into the pits, I'm not sure the reason for. Down in 13th, losing 4 positions. Akuzi losing 8 positions. He was the Ferrari who collected the Alfa Romeo. Or no, the Alfa Romeo who collected the Ferrari, should I say, in turn 1. And Kurisi Uzumaki, 1 minute and 5 seconds behind Akuzi, down in 15th. And our one retirement, Vavabet, who's brought out the safety car. And retiring on track, so the safety car is going to be longer than it would have been. Let's get rid of these position changes, so we can see who's pitted and not pitted. Sparks, Joanimator, HyperX Renz, everyone down to Nathan Hotspurs hasn't pitted. Nathan Hotspurs has pitted, 0 laps on the intermediate tyre. 2 laps on the medium tyres, Sonoda 3 laps on the medium tyres, Akuzi 4 laps, and not medium tyres, intermediate tyres. And Kurisi Uzumaki, I think he's pitted twice actually. Yeah, twice, 2 stops. Down in 15th, also on the intermediate tyres. Safety car in this lap, so Sparks will have to bunch the... It's a bit laggy right now. Sparks will have to bunch the grid up. Christy trying to get past Sparks, although he can't because it's the safety car. He's the lapped car, and he'll try and not get lapped even more as he'll try and fight his way back to where Akuzi is, even though that will be quite hard now. But here we go. Oh, has he gone into pits? Or is he spun? I don't know, that was a curiosity. It's green again. Sparks gets us underway. Joanimator almost missing out on that safety car restart. Already 2 seconds behind Sparks. Rogard gets past Frenzy on the restart. Robert Nag with a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Jamie Enright getting past Nathan Hotspurs on the straight. Storm King gets past Robert Nag. Robert Nag pushes Storm King a bit wide, and then that is completely Storm King's fault. Didn't look in his mirrors, and Rogard is unlucky once again. Storm King collecting him really, trying to go down the inside of Robert Nag. Didn't see the Alfa Romeo there, and then just hit the barriers. Sonoda up into 9th, passing Jamie Enright. Akuzi up into 12th after Storm King and Rogard's collision. 1.5 seconds now the gap from Joanimator to Sparks. Getting a lot better traction, getting a lot better corner exit speed maybe. Joanimator also with a fastest lap of the race. A few drivers getting multiple warning 3-second time penalties. That is exceeding track limits. Rogard into the pits, as you would think. Alexis Beast with a 3-second time penalty, exceeding track limits. Coming through turn 3 now. Akuzi gets past Nathan Hotspurs. Nathan Hotspurs fights back down the inside of turn 3. And they keep hold of the position. Jamie Enright trying to battle Sonoda, only 3.5 tenths behind the Mercedes driver. Coming down into turn 5. The gap is getting a bit bigger now. Jamie Enright probably getting a warning for that, going a bit wide. a bit bunched up still, but no one making a move yet. Oh, that is Robert Nag spinning out of turn 10, losing a lot of positions, getting going again. Now down into 12th place from 7th, or 6th, wherever he was then. Kyoshi Uzumaki retiring from the race, our second retirement. I'm not surprised he retired from the race after being lapped by the whole field. That is Alexis B spinning out of turn 3. A lot of spins in this race, especially with it being a wet race. Sparks now back within 1.5 seconds of Sparks. I mean, Giovanni makes it back in within 1.5 seconds of Sparks. Mercedes and Red Bull, just like in real life, battling for the win. But we're looking at the midfield battles right now. Everyone a bit close up. Actually, what's happened here? Sparks getting a bad exit out of turn 10. Geronimo now just actually under a second to Sparks. Sparks getting a better exit out of turn 1 though. Geronimo probably using some ERS, getting that gap down a bit more. But there is now a train almost forming from Flicksticky, the Williams. Oh, actually, as I say this, the camera moved away at the last second. Sonoda gets past Frenzy. Oh, big dive bomb there by Jamie Enright, pushing Frenzy onto the gravel trap outside of turn 4. And the train continues. Flicksky, Sonoda, Jamie Enright, Frenzy, and Flying Croat just a second up the road from Flicksky. We go back to the main focus here for the race lead. Geronimo still within that 1.1, 1.2 second gap to Sparks. So Sparks maintaining that speed, as well as maintaining the tyre wear to keep him. I thought Sparks for a second. That is Storm King spinning out of turn 4 into turn 5. Yeah, turn 5. Flicksky with a 3-second time penalty. Jimmy Enright looking for a battle with the Mercedes. Frenzy now only 4.5 seconds behind Flicksky. Oh, there's a front wing that's broken. That is Sparks losing his front wing out of turn 10. Storm King were also retiring from the race, but Geronimo inherits the lead as well as HyperX up into second. Sparks now will have to go the whole way round and back into the pits, and he'll go presumably up to probably 11th, 12th. Looking at the timings right now, Rogard with a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limit. Sparks also going wide, breaking the DRS scores and getting a 3-second time penalty to go with it. So Enright still trying to battle the Mercedes, trying to catch up just enough to get into the battle, but not doing so. Frenzy also trying to get that same battle with the Williams of Flicksky. Nathan Hotspurs getting past the Kuzi down the inside of turn 6. Sparks now into the pits. Sonoda up into 4th place. Sparks retires from the race. He doesn't think he could get back. He retires from the race, winning round 1. Now retiring from round 2. Sonoda up into 3rd, passing the Flying Croat. Into the braking zone of turn 3. Sonoda goes straight on though, gets a 3-second time penalty. Jamie Enright gets past the Alfa Romeo or Flying Croat. Okay. Frenzy still in 7th. Jacuzzi up into 8th now after the tangle at turn 1 of lap 1. Lap 15 now. Flying Correct gets past Jamie Enright out of turn 3. Jamie Enright going down the inside again, looking to get a position back. Touching wheels with the Flying Correct. Flying Correct gets a better traction out of turn 4. Jamie Enright tapping the back of Flying Correct's car. Frenzy getting a 3-second time penalty as well. Geronimo's getting a purple 3rd sector. But look at this train. Jamie Enright trying to close up back up to Flying Croat. Flying Croat closes the door a tiny bit. It's a big dive bomb though by Jamie Enright. What's going on with the... Why is it all weird? There we go. But it's still a bit weird. No. What is going on? It says Rogard. There we go. Jamie Enright does manage to get past Flying Croat. The standings were a bit messed up for a second. Who's that going into the pits? That is Jamie Enright, the Haas driver. Frenzy making a little, trying to make a little dive bomb down into turn 1. Backing, Flixky backing him up though. And my internet is rubbish. Actually, that is just the leader. That's just the... What's it called? Lobby creator leaving the session, apparently. Frenzy, in the meantime, 3/10 behind Flixky, who's also 3/10 behind Flying Croat. Alexis Beast getting past Jamie Enright as Jamie Enright spun. No, he's just on track. Turn 1 once again for lap 18 of 36. You could say exactly halfway through the race right now. Frenzy trying to look down the outside, might trying to make a move down the outside. Flixky brakes a bit later than Frenzy, holds position, but Frenzy gets the better traction out of turn 3 and makes the move done. Flixky will try and battle back, and in turn 4 won't do it actually, a bit too far back. Jamie Enright a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And now Frenzy will look to charge after NRX Flying Croat. Geronimo at 1:12.540, fastest lap of the race. Akuzi now 4 tenths behind Flixky, 3.5 tenths behind Flixky. Turn 10. We'll see what can happen on the first straight of this circuit. There we go. Hyperx Ren's lapping Jamie Enright in the meantime. Can't get close enough to make a move. Robert Nag 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings and exceeding track limits. Akuzi now 3 tenths behind Flixky. NSR Road Guard 1.5 tenths. Massive defending from Alexis Beast, squeezing Rogard to the outside, braking a bit later than Rogard as well. Who will come out of this on top? This side by side, Alexis Beast gets a loss of wheel spin, losing the position now, down into 11th place. Rogard gets up into the top 10. We're at lap 20 now, 36. Joanimator, a 10-second advantage on HyperX Renz. NRX Sonoda up into 3rd. So it's a Mercedes 1-3 split by the McLaren. Akuzi now battling Flixky, trying to make that move done. He's been building it for a few laps now. Brakes so early compared to Flixky and doesn't get the move done. A bit of oversteer and wheel spin from Akuzi, corrects it though, doesn't lose that much time. Trying to look down the outside of turn 4. Flixky always looking in his mirrors though, defending well. Jamie Enright spins out of turn 3. Akuzi down into 8th, he's spun, so the battle he was building with Flixky for about 3 or 4 laps comes to nothing in the end. He's now behind Nathan Hotspurs, who goes into the pits for a tyre change. So he'll be back behind Flixky in his safety car now. His spin has brought it out. So Joanimator's 13-second lead it was just for a second there will now be put back to a couple tenths. Robert Nag 5-second time penalty for a severe collision with Nathan Hotspurs. There'll be no position changes unless someone spins out. Afrl Chris rejoining, he was a spectator. Frenzy going into the pits for a tyre change, Flixky staying out. Alexis Beast, 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Duranimator. Nice pit stop there by Frenzy and the Alpha Tauri pit crew. And that was Jamie Enright DNFing from the race, also leaving the session. So now we have 5 retirements from 16 drivers. Favabet crashing into the pit straight wall at turn 10 on lap 1. Curiosity Uzumaki was 2 laps down, he decided to retire. That was in qualifying. Favabet lost his front wing at turn 4, 5, around that area, and decided to go straight on where Frenzy is now, losing his front wing tyres. Curiosity Uzumaki was 2 laps down, he decided to retire himself after thinking it wasn't good enough for him to race anymore. Storm Kings spun, I believe at turn 7, crashed out. Sparks lost his front wing, had to go the whole way round and pit. He thought he couldn't get back in the race. Like Curiosity Uzumaki, he thought he couldn't get back in the race, so they both retired. And now Jamie Enright, around about the same explanation as well as Sparks and Curiosity Uzumaki. It was about a minute and 5-10 seconds down, he retired. I'm not sure if he retired in a crash or just thought he couldn't get into the race. We've now got 11 drivers left. Alexis Beast a minute and 22 behind Nathan Hotspurs. By lap 23 of 36, 13 laps to go. Duranimator on top, half a second behind Hyperx Renz under the safety car period. Sonoda still in 3rd, Flying Karat into 4th, Flixky in 5th, Frenzy in 6th, Robert Nag in 7th, Akuzi in 8th after the spin at turn 7, Rogard in 9th, Nathan Hotspurs in 10th, and as I said, Alexis Beast rounding off the standings right now, lap 23 in 11th. As we go round once again in the safety car, waiting for the last few drivers to bunch up to the pack. Just waiting still. It is Alexis Beast and Nathan Hotspurs we're just waiting for. Nathan Hotspurs on the medium tyre, that's why we're waiting such a long time. It's not raining anymore, but the track is still super wet. He's gone back into the pits. No surprise. Looks like it's actually still raining, just a tiny bit. Race control say his safety car is in this lap, so we'll go racing on lap 25 of 36. 12 laps to go then, everyone warming up their tyres. Apart from the Flying Crow, who almost had a Raikkonen moment then, everyone else warming up their tyres while he didn't. Duranimator bunching up the pack. coming round turn 9 now. Has to wait until the safety car is in the pits, which it is now, so Genometer will get it going. Now he's got a very good exit. HyperX Renz gets caught out. Enric Sonoda up into second. HyperX Renz gets a good toe though off Genometer. Back up into second. HyperX Renz gets pushed wide by Sonoda. HyperX Renz back up into second. So it's a battle for second right now between the Mercedes and the McLaren driver. HyperX Renz on the outside of Sonoda, touching wheels. Sonoda getting the the position. Lexus Beast with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. But it's now a Mercedes 1-2, and now Sonoda will probably start trying to push the grid back. Yellow flags in sector 2. That is the Rotnag and Alexis Beast. Alexis Beast being lapped, I believe. There's Nathan Hotspurs is between them. So there is the train from the safety car. Cruz the 3/10 behind Flying Krat, who's only 2/10 behind HyperX Renz. HyperX Renz with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, jumping over that curve at turn 1. Rogard's just under a 1/10 of a second. Trying to get past Frenzy on the straight through sheer power alone, going down the inside of turn 4, getting the move done. That's a very nice move from Rogard.